I'm Ed Adelson. I am the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the College of Arts, and it's just fantastic to see you all here. Very exciting. It's a beautiful day outside. There's lots to distract us that's fun, and clearly lots of you are good friends with each other, and I see a lot of excitement, which is fantastic. So we're really looking forward to what we think is going to be a stellar year. Lots of exciting things have happened in the College of Arts recently, and I'm just going to take a few minutes to tell you about them. But first, I just want to take a minute to find out just a snapshot about all of you. So just a show of hands, who comes from Christchurch? Who comes from the North Island? Nelson. All right. It's a beautiful town. What have I left out? Okay, overseas, international students. Lots of you. That's great. Okay, fantastic. Anybody hail from the country I clearly come from, the U.S.? A couple of you? Oh, great. Great to see you. I'm not biased towards Yankees at all. It's really good to see, and we know we have an incredible contingent of students this year, of high-ability students and of eager students. This is going to be a very, very good year. And again, I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about it. One more query, though. I'm curious to know, how many of you are 100% certain about your major? No questions, okay? How many of you, well, put your hands up again higher, so because I want to embarrass you. There you go, okay. Perfect, lots of you know exactly what you're going to study. How many of you are clueless? Oh, we've got a few. All right. How many of you are somewhere in the middle where you think, well, gee, it could be this, could be that? Quite a few of you, okay. The glory of studying the arts is you get an incredible array of choices. And we revel in those choices. And we kind of hope that some of you who are 100% certain become 90% certain and then a little bit confused and find some passion you've never thought about or heard of, because maybe you haven't had a chance to think about anthropology or rural sociology or a certain kind of art history or one of the many, many other things that we teach across the 5 schools in the College of Arts. That's a great moment for us because we want to give you the opportunity to discover things that you've never had a chance to realize you're passionate about. And that's what the arts is all about. Now, just a few pieces. So I want you to try to remember those who are 100% certain, if you can, sitting in your row. Go up to them at the end of the year and ask them if their major is what they thought it was going to be. And then send me an email and let me know what you learned. So what is it that I would advise as we go into this year? First of all, try to take a course that has nothing to do with anything you ever thought you'd be interested in or heard of, just to see what it's like. You get that opportunity at a place like this, one of the great research universities in the world that encompasses areas of study that are just kind of amazingly diverse. So do that. Try to become friends with somebody who's majoring in something that you completely don't understand or have any respect for. Make sure to go to lots of cultural events because they're really neat and they're worth the effort. We have art openings every week. We've got concerts at noon that the School of Music students give. We've got lectures that are given by guests and lectures that are given by our own stellar staff. Our staff is in such demand that we can barely keep them here to give lectures because they're off giving lectures. But when they're here to give lectures, you want to hear them because people are lining up to hear them to give lectures in Norway and the States and China and all over the place. So take advantage of the scholars that we've got here. It's a great thing. Be sure to join UC Arts because it is a really exciting thing that has coalesced, has appeared at just the right moment in time for us, and Sia Stone's going to be telling you all about it. And I'd love for every single one of you to become a member of that organization. It's really kind of amazing what they have planned for this year. So be sure to do that too, and see what I left off of my list. Oh yes, most importantly, our academic staff, as well as our professional advising staff, and you'll be hearing from one of them today, have an amazing sort of font of knowledge about what's possible, and they love to talk to students. Now, students are sometimes a little bit intimidated by the academics because they've got fancy titles like professor of this or senior lecturer of that. In fact, the reason they're here is to find moments to engage with all of you. And I promise you, if you go up to your lecturer after a class and just ask for some advice or talk about your possible courses of study, that will be a good moment for them. And they'll go home and say, this was really great. I had a student who came up to me and did this. How exciting. Because that's what really, really matters to them too. So take advantage of those opportunities and those mentoring relationships. And mostly, my biggest piece of advice is just have a really good year, have fun. Have a really great time engaging in the life of the mind, in the community of arts that we have here together, and in what I am convinced is one of the great arts colleges of the world, and that's why I moved here a year and a half ago to take on this job. Amazing colleagues who have a passion for teaching. So glad that you're here, that we're starting the year together, and I look forward to hearing from many of you as how you're doing, and especially those of you who are absolutely certain about your major, to see if you're still certain at the end of the year. So let's keep in touch, and in the meantime, I'm very happy now to hand you over to somebody who has a really impressive title, and that's Dean of all sorts of things. She's Dean of Creative Arts, and she's Dean of Social Sciences and Humanities. This means that she has stewardship and oversight of all kinds of programs of study. She's a person that you want to get to know because she's been here a lot longer than I have, and she knows a lot about how the curriculum works here and what's possible. So she's going to take a few minutes to talk to you about what study is like here and what you might be thinking about for your courses of study. And that's Dr. Kate Van Hugte, who again is Dean of all sorts of things. So here she is.
Kia ora tata katoa. Welcome. It's nice to see you all here. I'm not sure if you want to get to know the Dean all that closely. You only get to see the Dean if you're doing something really, really unusual and you need all kinds of permissions, or if you're doing really not very well and then you come and see the Dean because there's some special case that you want to make. But I am sitting there in the background because I'm responsible for ensuring that regulations work really well for the students and for the staff alike. So as Ed said, I have the stewardship of those regulations, and I do take a very close interest, of course, in the well-being of our students. Again, supporting staff and supporting the regulations more than necessarily seeing individual students. The people that you will have most contact with are your lecturers and your tutors, and we're all really keen that you make contact with those people, that you turn up to your classes, which are now all on the hour, every hour. It used to be different. It used to be 10 minutes after the hour in the afternoon. Now everything starts on the hour. You'll have seen your timetables, and hopefully you've checked in and you know where your classes are, because it is really important to turn up for those things. Check out Learn. Check out the website. Check your emails really regularly, because that's the way that we communicate with you. We hope everything goes really smoothly this year. If we do have hiccups, like natural events that might occur, then again, the way that we communicate with you is via the website and via email and via Learn a lot. So it's really good if you can tap into those resources. The Learning Skills Centre too is one of the services we've got available for you that we want you to make contact with earlier rather than later. And they help people at any stage in their studies, including PhDs. So don't be embarrassed about going and finding out what help there is available to you. Library too. Join one of the sessions at the library where people help you to find your way around. And before we're in the thick of assessments is really the time to get to know the system, to get to know the structure. If you get all excited about courses, as Ed was encouraging you to do, then before perhaps the year is out, make sure that next year you're going to take the right courses in your degrees to make up your points, because of course that's really important too. And yes, do get all excited about what we have to offer. I think that's all I have to say at this stage. We can't tell you everything there is to know right now, but to encourage you to explore and to get enthusiastic. You'll find the staff here, the lecturers, the tutors are really passionate and enthusiastic about what they have to offer you and about their subjects. And they really enjoy it if you ask questions and you engage in discussion. I know it can be a bit daunting at first, but we really love it when the class warms up and you start to interact with us. So don't hesitate and don't leave it too long. If you are struggling or you're not sure, don't leave it too long to ask for help. We're all here to help you, and if you're not asking the right person, we will tell you who can help you instead. So never hesitate. If all else fails, email the Dean and I will tell you and help you and advise you where to go. So never hesitate to approach one of us. That's all. Thank you very much. I'm not sure who's next on our schedule. Azine? Azine can tell you all about courses and points and advice giving around the degrees.
Just bring it back.
Do you want this?
Most probably do. Okay. Can you tell me what's after this so I can... All right, so I'm not going through the degree plans now. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Azine Tashakur. I'm one of the student advisors in the College of Arts. And as you can see, we're located in the history building now, ground floor of history. And there are two student advisors in the College of Arts, myself and Erina Brittmeyer, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. We can help you with all sorts of things, especially academic advice in regards to your degree and how to structure your degree. We've got several degrees under the College of Arts. That includes Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Social Work, and also we've got languages which you can have a diploma in. Diploma in languages such as Chinese, Spanish, German, and so forth. And if you need any, when you do your postgraduate studies, then you can get help from Suzanne Rose, who's the assistant academic manager. But in the meantime, you'll be coming to see us for any academic advice. And if we can't help you with anything, like Kate said, we know, hopefully we know who to refer you to. In most cases we know. If we don't, we will find out. We won't send you away. Now, the next slide, thank you. If you've got any problems, again, come and see us. We will sort it out for you as much as we can. Things that we can assist with are degree planning. This is the main thing we do help the students with, but there are a lot of other things as well, such as making applications, explaining the regulations, because it can be difficult at times. Things can be vague for some students, or some particular subjects have particular requirements that are not very clear or have different options. We can help you understand all of these. We can help you to sort out your workload, your course selections, transferring from another university within New Zealand, not overseas qualifications. If you've got overseas qualifications, we have another office that helps transfer your credit, and we can refer you to the appropriate staff. If you're cross-crediting between two degrees, such as law and arts or fine arts and BA, we can again help you with that as well. The list is there of the few. These are actually some of the things that we can help you with. These are the major ones, but there are also so many more things that we help with. Just wanted to mention this, that although we can help you and we're there for you to make sure that you succeed through your studies, it's very important that each one of you also takes the responsibility and do your homework as well. By homework, I mean do a little bit of reading, like knowing what the degree structure is like, because no matter how much we explain it to you, if you don't have that kind of that background before you come and see us, you probably won't understand much. We will try as much as we can, but still, experience has shown that those students who actually are in charge of their degree, they can succeed more because they understand the different options available to them. And we're always there to help you and explain those different options. And the way to contact us, the best way is through email. It's really easy to remember. It's artsdegreeadvice@canterbury.ac.nz. And you can either come in to see one of us or send us an email. We'll help you through email. Or you can make an appointment by contacting our office, and the details are there. And that's it from me, unless there are any questions. And now I'd like to introduce Carla Moore, who's the Student Support Advisor.
Thank you, Azine. Welcome everybody to the University of Canterbury, and particularly to the College of Arts. We're very glad to see you here. And I was trying to think what to say to you that would explain what the difference is between what I do and what Azine does. Now, the best way to do this is through song. Not that I'm going to sing to you, believe me, that would be a lesson in how I want heartbreak. But the first person that can tell me what song these lyrics are from, will get a prize. Okay? So when you try your best and you don't succeed, oh, right, who said that? Big hand, right up in the air. And your name is? Siley. Good one, Siley. You're absolutely right. It is Coldplay, Fix You. And basically that's what I can help with. Now you're all really confused, aren't you? But if I read you a couple more of the lyrics, I can say, when you feel so tired you can't sleep, when you're stuck in reverse, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone and it all goes to waste. Could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Okay, so it's a humorous look at what is pastoral care, which is a much more engaging and exciting way than telling you just straight off. I do non-academic advice. Now, your academic work relies entirely on your health, your well-being, your mental health, and keeping yourself fit and happy throughout this year, because without one, you're not going to get the other. And we are the team of people, and there's 6 of us across the entire university, and we're each attached to one of the colleges that do this mostly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay? So we deal with issues that affect you personally and therefore can affect your study. So it gives you a couple of ideas what we do at the bottom there. Mental health service links, social services links, relationships with the health centre, accommodation issues, emergency situations. I'm getting very good at those, by the way. Culture shock, discrimination, harassment, anything which is going to prevent you succeeding. Now, this, at the beginning of the year, is always quite a difficult thing to say to students, because it's like, awesome, I've just got to university and look at all these really cool people, and I'm going to the toga party, and I've got shed loads of money because I've just drawn down my student loan, and it's all looking peachy keen. All right, so we hit week 4 and suddenly your assignments go in and you don't get the grade that you expect. You're running out of money. Your flatmates are getting on your nerves. You're not turning up to your lecture because you've got a hangover. And then that's starting to create a bit of a cycle of things going wrong. And then your boyfriend dumps you. Not I'm talking from personal experience, right? Or anything at all. And you hit a bit of a wall. And you're all going to hit a wall. Nobody is ever going to tell me that you enter university with the intention of doing a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 year degree and they're never going to have a problem, because I would like to meet that student. Because I've never come across one yet, and I've been doing this for a reasonable amount of time. I'm not going to tell you exactly how long. So it's it's trying to say to you in a light-hearted but a serious way, it's okay to have issues while you're here, and we wouldn't expect anything otherwise. So just make sure that you flag that early to someone, even if it's just wanting to go and just let it all hang out for half an hour. You can just book us and sit and talk to us. Now, everything that you say to us is confidential unless you give us permission to talk to other people, whereby we could help you and advise you or get you out of the hole that you're in. Okay, so we've got very good relationships with external services, and we've dealt with most things before, so you're not going to be a surprise. Okay, so thanks, Tim. So as well as all these excellent relationships that we have across the community in Christchurch and Canterbury, and links that have got even stronger, as you could probably understand, within the last year, we have expertise in-house as well. We have culturally specific advising, so we can advise in a variety of different languages across the university setting. We also run the mentoring program, which is hooking younger students up with older students. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? Not in that way, in the English sense of hooking up, not in the Kiwi sense. Older students, because they've been around the block a couple of times at a university. This is just getting worse, isn't it? This is getting worse. They have experience of the university sector. I think I might need the spade now, Tim. They have experience of the university sector, and they are going to be in a brilliant position to help you with those little things that you come across pretty much every day when you're a student, i.e. not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to hand things in, and so on and so forth. So we also run the programme, and that's enormously beneficial to a large number of students. What else? So what you can do to help yourself, which is obviously the first part of actually getting help from someone else, is helping yourself. So you can drop in and see us, or you can make an appointment. Obviously it's easier if you make an appointment. Bring any documents or evidence or anything that you've got with you, because it's very difficult if you're telling me something and I haven't seen the piece of paper or the email or whatever else to make comment or assist you in the way that you might need to be assisted. Don't be scared to talk to us. We're pretty human, and if we don't know about it, we've probably done it or somewhere and some such at some point. And don't be scared to talk to us, and be honest and realistic about your situation. Now, obviously, we're extremely sympathetic to some of the things that have happened to an enormous number of students at this university within the last year. But if you come into me 2 days before the end of the beginning of the examination period and said, you know what, I haven't put it into any of my tutes, I've not handed in my assignments, I haven't spoken to anybody about that, and I don't know where my exam is, it's probably going to be a lot harder to help you at that point than it is earlier on. Okie doke. So, encourage other students to come and see us. Okay, so if you see someone struggling, just give them a gentle reminder that there is people there that can help, because otherwise they're going to have not such a great university experience, and that's what we want you to have here, and particularly within the College of Arts. So that's my wee spiel. Everybody stand up, please, including lecturers. Okay, the cantabs in the room will be at an advantage here. 3, 2, 1, turtle. All right, you don't want to be the last one standing, I tell you. All right, everybody can come out now. Am I all right? Just fill in for a bit. That's what I like to see. Lovely. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the word earthquake, or earthquake. If you've lived through 10,000 of them in the last year. I'm glad you all know how to turtle, and if you didn't know before, you do know now, because why else would everybody be diving under their desks? Okay, for a serious point, obviously the region has been suffering an enormous amount of seismic activity, and if you're not from round here, obviously I'm not from round here, so my first ever earthquake in New Zealand was a bit of a surprise to me. You do need to know how to keep yourself safe. Now, the general advice, particularly if you're in a room like this, is to drop, cover and hold, okay? Or, as we call it in primary school, but I quite like it as well, doing the turtle, okay? So if you keep that in your mind, if it all starts going down, which obviously it did on the second day of lectures last year, with people in this room with ceiling tiles coming down and everybody thinking the world was going to end, don't worry, they've all been replaced and they're all made of foam now. Okie doke. Now, drop, cover, hold tight, make sure you cover your head and try and hold on to something that isn't moving around, which is quite hard in an earthquake, but you know what I mean, something that's fixed to the floor. Don't try and move around until the shaking has stopped, because if you didn't look like you were drunk before, you certainly will if you try and walk in an earthquake. Now, if it is necessary to leave the building, your staff member will know the evacuation procedure for your particular room. If you're inside, you will need to evacuate when the shaking stops, okay? Because you're more likely to cause yourself damage if you try and get up when it's shaking. Do not isolate yourself. Do not separate yourself from other people when the shaking starts. Now, the natural instinct might be to run, but the more you stick together and the more you help each other out, the better it is. Be aware of potential hazards, glass, trees coming down once you've left the building. Obviously, with the university, there's a hell of a lot of glass and tall buildings and trees. So it's also a good idea to look up as well as down. And don't re-enter any of the buildings once the shaking starts, because you don't know whether there's going to be another aftershock coming through. Okay, so it's just common sense, but obviously when it happens, it can be a bit frightening. Now, if you're outside, stay outside and make sure you're not underneath any power lines, for instance, or a tree or anything like that, as they do tend to come down. Now, the major point at the university for getting together is Island Fields, which is that way. Okay, it's a big sports field between here and the College of Education. But there'll be a steady stream of people heading that way anyway, so just join the stream. Oh, is it? Sorry. You can tell I wasn't a geography student, can't you? All right. So, is there one more? Okie doke. Just to highlight to you, make sure you know the evacuation procedures. There's one of these in every single classroom building at the university. Read them, understand them, and key an ICE number, and in case of emergency number, into your phone, so if we find you, we know who to contact, and also the security number at the university. We're exceptionally proud of the students that responded to the quake here last year, and we're incredibly proud of you guys for not letting it cloud your judgment to prevent you coming to one of the best universities in Australasia, if not this half of the world. So have a fantastic year, stay safe, and ask for help when you need it. I'm Carla Moore, and I'm now going to be handing over to Saya Stone. Thank you.
Wish me luck. Let's wake up the room. Are you guys ready for an awesome year? Yeah. Okay, let's try that with a little bit more conviction. Are you guys ready for an awesome year? Yes! Well, my name's Saya, and I'm the president of UC Arts. UC Arts is a new society which you'll want to be a part of. We're here to make this year awesome for you guys. As you head into your years of study with all the enthusiasm that comes from finally being freed from the shackles of school life, UC Arts is here to provide you with a few helpful stepping stones to ensure that you do not stray too far from the path of academic excellence. The Society promotes the study of the arts at Canterbury, provides networking opportunities and learning support, and showcases the work of academic staff and students alike. Number 1 on our priority list is the buddy system. The buddy system gives you the option to be paired with an older student to gift you the tidbits of wisdom and helpful advice. So, how does this work, you may be asking? Well, all we need to know is what subject you would like to have a buddy for, and then we set about finding you a suitable match. Then throughout the year, your buddy can help you with your essays, teach you the best way to get A's, and find the best resources. To become a part of this wonderful gem, all you need to do is join the society and then come along to our launch night in week 3. In addition to the buddy system, we've got a range of exciting educational and social events planned for this year. We have an epic launch party coming up, free food and drinks will be provided, and society members will have the opportunity to meet other students and academic staff. We've invited a guest speaker and live performers, and this will be the kick-off for our buddy system, giving you the chance to meet your buddy and share a few yarns. This is going to be a party not to be missed. Then for the academic, we have a discussion evening planned, where academics from a range of disciplines will offer varying takes on the same topic. It'll be an informal evening with drinks and snacks provided and the opportunity to discuss the awesome ideas. Then, for more fun, the Arts Ball, in conjunction with UC Muse, will be a polished evening with a meal and music at a secret venue in Christchurch. We're also introducing a recruitment evening for both new and graduating students. There will be information on arts internships, degree planning and postgraduate study, as well as workshops on creating an effective CV and classes to perfect your interview technique, which is also perfect for securing summer jobs. We all need the money as we get through our degrees. Then, later on in the year, we'll have a foreign film screening, showing foreign films with the possibility of discussion. We're aiming to invite a local or national director to screen and comment on the work, and we'll have the usual cinema food like popcorn and slushies. Then, our closing event for the year will be the Wine and Cheese Afternoon. Set in the beautiful Island Gardens, attendees will be entertained by pop-up performers and music, and of course the necessary wine and cheese will be provided. Members of the Arts Society will also have the opportunity to receive our fortnightly newsletter promoting events held by the Society and the schools within the College of Arts. You will also be able to contribute to our Gazette, which is a student-produced magazine which will come out each semester. This will include news, reviews, postgraduate profiles and feature articles, and is a great way for you to get your work out there, especially if you're a media and communications student. So, with all of these fantastic opportunities, you'll be asking, how do you join? Well, UC Arts has a special deal just for you guys. The first 100 people to sign up before the start of semester, so before Monday, will only pay a mere $10. We'll also be taking sign-ups at Clubs Day, which is next week on Thursday and Friday around campus. Details of both of these are on our Facebook page, which is UC Arts, so check it out and join the best society on campus. Thanks.
Great job, Sia. I'm really excited about UC Arts. I think it's an opportunity for our community to really say something together and to really come together. I'm just curious, if each of you would raise your hands if you think the person either to the immediate left or immediate right of you ought to join UC Arts. Could you do that? Keep going. There. Keep going. Hands up. We're getting there. We're nearly there. Perfect. Okay, good. One of the things that we highlighted in last year's orientation that we didn't have time to include today, but I wanted to just say a second about it, is something that you can't get in any other arts college in the country, at any of the other tertiary institutions, and that's our internship program, which allows you to have real-life experience out in the community in profit and nonprofit organizations, and do it for credit, and do it in a way that really parlays you into some interesting possible career ideas and sometimes other academic ideas too. So it's something to really get to know. Jessica Johnston, who's one of our senior lecturers in the college, runs this program, and you'll be hearing more about it, but I wanted you to just hear a moment about it from me too, because we really think it's something of great value, and we're trying to expand it and make it as available as possible. So internship program, add to the list. So. And what we now need to do sort of as a final step before we let you go out into the wide world of fun and mayhem outside is to just look at a short building safety video that our Director of Facilities Management, Peter Maloney, has put together. I can't promise that it's an Academy Award quality film, but I can promise you that it's worth taking a few minutes of your time to watch and just learn a little bit about, because we do want to be sure to keep you safe and sound during the year. Before we show the video, though, because I'm going to just invite you to depart after the video is over, I just want to take a minute now again to thank you for being a part of the University of Canterbury, to welcome you, to tell you how excited we are about the year ahead, and to encourage you to take advantage of every opportunity you can here. It's a remarkable privilege to be in an environment like this, and I just look forward to seeing the outcome and enthusiasm from all of you in the coming few years. So.